Hello everyone, welcome to part 3 of Metroid. In the last video, we took a detour through Norfair to collect some missiles and the high jump boots. We collected the Varia suit and some missiles and energy tanks from an energy tank from Brinstar. And we are now in the depths of Brinstar, the first mini-boss hideout. And first things first, before we fight the boss, we're gonna collect some items, because this place has some items. Not as many as Brinstar or Norfair, but there's a few that we can still collect. Mostly missiles. There's an energy tank somewhere here. We just collected a missile tank. We're done with this area, there's no need to go further. If you have a map, you'll notice that you don't have to... There are some areas that are not exactly worth going to. It's very easy to get lost and end up in areas that are very similar to other areas, like the cave on the floor above is built exactly like this one, or the other way around anyway. The only difference is this one has a wall. And what I'm trying to do here is bomb jump my way to the third layers of block. Well, the second layer, actually. Just make your way over here and you'll find an energy tank. These enemies are called the Zela, which operate similar to the Zoomers. They crawl up floors, walls, and ceilings, but they do a lot of damage. A lot of these enemies do a lot of damage. These are enemies that are specifically located in the mini-boss hideout, and they're actually some of the creepiest enemies in the game. Which that's the thing about the enemies in the mini-boss hideouts. They're similar to like going into the depths of the ocean to find some of the creepiest creatures in the sea. Like, you'll see a lot of creatures on the Earth's surface that look pretty beautiful for the most part, but then you go down further where you can't even see the sun anymore, and it's got some of the freakiest creatures on the planet. That's the equivalent, that's what going into the mini-boss hideouts are like. They're also a lot more dangerous, if I didn't mention that. Like these enemies, for example, the enemy that I just got finished shooting that was bouncing up and down the ceiling, or down and up the ceiling, that was called a side hopper. I think I just paused right there for a second. For some reason. I guess I was trying to refer to the map I was using. I'm gonna get rid of the Zela, try and... oh, it didn't drop anything. The throws of this game. The screes are down here too. I'm gonna leave this Giga right here. I'm not sure if it's pronounced Giga or Giga. Probably doesn't really matter. Oh, for once, a Giga didn't fly out of the air hole. Lucky me. This game's programming is weird. Because, they're obviously supposed to fly out infinitely, but that one just didn't. That enemy on the ceiling was called a side hopper, and it does the most damage. Like, it's probably top 5 most damaging enemies in the game. But just like every other enemy in the game, they can be eliminated with a simple missile, which is great because missiles are awesome in this game. But yeah, the side hoppers, they do crazy damage. Out of all the bosses, out of all the enemies in the mini-boss hideout, they do the most damage, and the instruction manual actually tells you that. Just fell through a false floor. That's not acid. That Sci-Hopper got really close to hitting me on my way out the door. Oh, another one. Don't you just love copy and paste? That's what this game is, like, just loves to copy and paste. But, you know, it's like the more you play it, and I've played this game like way too much now, you get used to it, but at the same time you don't. Oh, that... and speaking of the game's programming, you take damage, you get invincibility frames, but you can't grab an item while you have invincibility frames, which is weird. Trying to be really careful. The best thing to do is not grind, unfortunately, but the best thing to do is take advantage of the ice beam, because it can really help you to keep some enemies intact like this. Especially this one right here, because you could actually go through this door and a Giga could fly out of the acid and hit you on your way to the other side. I had to learn that quite a few times before I realized that it's important to freeze it before you get to the other side. Because you will take damage and you can't even do anything about it, which means that they can kill you before you even get to the other side, assuming that you don't have a lot of energy left. It's BS, but that's just how this game is. I'm glad they fixed this problem in future games. I should probably mention that the ice beam is acquired for this place, because it's the only way you're going to be able to get knocked back into the other place. But you need the ice beam to ride along those rippers. You have to use them as platforms to get up. Otherwise, you're pretty much stuck. The only thing you can do at that point is die and respawn at the elevator. You know, for a pretty dire situation, a dire area, like a very dangerous area. Oh, this is going to be fun to climb back up. Look at this crap. Yeah, that's going to be real fun. But we'll come back to that later on. What was I saying? This area has really calming music for such a stressful area. It's a very dangerous place to be. And as you get closer to the boss, it's only going to get even crazier. And we're almost there too. Just beyond this door is the mini-boss hideout. You've got a Giga respawn right here, so you could farm for energy and missiles if you want to. I did a little farming so I could get up to full health. Here's a false fall right there. There's nothing up there. If you don't see me going to some areas, it's because it's not worth visiting. And here's the mini-boss. This is Kraid. And I could never learn his patterns, so what I just do is spam him with bombs and hope for the best. Hope that he dies as soon as possible. Because every time I try and learn his patterns, which I've tried, like, his patterns really suck. He shoots needles out of his stomach, and he also shoots these boomerangs, or I'm not really sure what they are. These claws in an arc. But what I'm just doing is bombing the crap out of them. I have seen gameplay on YouTube of people beating Kraid the right way, which is by freezing his needles and stuff, his weapons, so that you can just leave an opening to shoot him or pump it with missiles. But I just don't have the patience to do that. It is absolute BS, if you ask me. You could say that it may be a skill issue. But make sure you grab that. Oh, yeah, that's bullcrap. But make sure you grab that energy tank back there, like I did. Exactly like I did, because it's kind of weird the way you have to get in there and grab it. Another issue with this game, I guess. But did you see how that side hopper met me outside the door with a kiss? Like that's great design. Like, how do you even get past that without taking damage? What if I didn't grab the energy tank and I was on my last leg? So now here comes the hard part. You thought the boss was the hard part, fighting Kraid was the hard part. That's not even the hard part. Getting up these blocks, this elevator of blocks, is the hard part. And it's absolutely hilarious how bad this is. Look at this crap. You're gonna see a couple of jump cuts in a second. But the best thing to do here is time your jumps. And I mean, like, actually count down the respawn rate of the blocks. Like, I think they're about 5 seconds. I think it takes about 5 seconds before they respawn. And if you don't jump out of the way before the blocks respawn, you're gonna take damage and it's gonna knock you back, either backwards or forwards, and you may end up missing a chance to get back up. They've got occasional platforms in the middle, like these. Occasional blocks that will give you some sort of a checkpoint, but it's really not a checkpoint. If you could still fall, and if you fall in the wrong place, you have to start all the way over. So you've got to be real careful here. Gee, this is pre-recorded, and I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, man, that took a lot. Like, I'm sighing a sigh of relief for old me when I was playing this game, because I think it took me about 3 minutes or so just trying to get out of there. But unfortunately, the climb's not over yet. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, because I just got finished looking at the missile count, is that after you beat a boss, you get 75 missiles, if I remember correctly. Now I just had... Oh, no. Why did I dodge that? Why did I dodge that? I got so nervous, so I went into panic mode, I guess. Here we go again. This is the type of stuff that makes your palms sweat. And this is how controllers collect crust from sweating, because this will make you sweat. Because if you miss a jump, you might fall all the way down. It's so annoying. But looking back at it, it is kind of hilarious. But so far I haven't screwed up yet. We'll see if I can get up there. I could just see myself getting nervous right there. I fell all the way down, I'm sure. There goes one of those jump cuts I was mentioning. Oh boy, that was painful. You love to see it, but at the same time you hate to see it. I don't even remember how I reacted to this. I was probably screaming. I probably wasn't screaming, but... just a matter of patience. Patience is key. Alright, we finally made it to the top. I didn't have to go all the way up to that block, but just to be safe. Almost got hit by some gigas. I still got hit anyway. So with all of that out of the way, we are finally done with the mini-boss hideout. As I mentioned, there weren't a lot of items here. Just a few missiles and an energy tank. You won't find any key items here, which is a good thing. All the key items are located in the, on the surface. Like, you won't find any key items in any of the hideouts. Any of the 2 hideouts there are. So there's only one way to get up there. You won't make it this far without the ice beam anyway, so just make sure you have it. So this is going to be the end of the video. In the next video, we're going to be cleaning up Norfair and then head into the mini boss hideout 2 and fight the next boss. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you again in the next video. Have a blessed day.